What's going on, all you wild, possessed demons out there? It's your two favorite exorcists back here for Cinephellas. I'm Father Logan Myers. That's my good mate over there.
And I'm Father Henry Hill, and we've got the holy water ready. It's loaded up. We also have a bloated Russell Crowe, and he's starring in the brand new horror thriller, The Pope's Exorcist.
Imagine what could happen if the devil possessed the soul of the Pope's exorcist. Who will defend you? My faith does not require defense.
And yet another exorcism movie that we didn't ask for, but yet here we are. 2023. It's really been a solid year for movies. I mean, this guy I've been talking past 4 months about nonstop movies every week coming out. Enjoying most of them, TV shows as well. But this movie, woo, this is a stinker. But the setup of this is, much like other Exorcist movies, including the original. We have a cool Father Gabriele Amorth, played by Russell Crowe, and he's basically the Pope-appointed exorcist for the Vatican. So he's a cool, Pope back in the 1980s. He drives a Vespa, cruising around town, and basically it comes across this possessed child, and going in to remove the demons.
Exorcise the demons from this child. Russell Crowe, no knocks against him. I mean, he's gained some weight in the latter years, but he's still a great actor. And he does a fine job in the film. There's just no meat on the bone here. It's just the story's lacking. The script wasn't all there. Focusing on this one case of this kid being possessed, and also having to deal with Father Amorth's past coming back to haunt him, something that happened in his past. And throughout the film, it kind of revisits his past, the cases he's worked on. And he mentioned several times in the film, not all the time that he's went to go perform these exorcisms have people actually been possessed. Most of the time, or a good deal of the time, he's had people that are just having a mental break, going through some things. But he's had this traumatic event happen in his past with one of his patients, and it kind of plays into this whole case that he's on, and he's trying to get this demon out of this kid. And he finds out that this demon is a very powerful one, and seems to know a lot about what happened when he was a younger man.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Him going into this family and trying to pull out the exorcism and remove the demon, the devil, demon from this child. It's what we've seen with Reagan and The Exorcist and many other movies. And, really not that scary or suspenseful. What I always loved about the original Exorcist, it still scares the shit out of me. Just how suspenseful, how scary it is seeing some sort of demon possessing a young kid. And they just didn't have that in this movie. Even the effects didn't look good. It looked pretty lazy, and it just didn't really bring me into the story. And it was not an original story. It's a movie we've seen over and over again. And his Italian accent was very questionable, and also Oscar worthy at the same time. It was pretty bad. If he would have played this as like a New York Italian guy, forget about this demon, come here.
Come here.
It's Italia, but yeah, it just didn't work for me. It didn't really pull that off.
He was having fun on the role. He did what he could with it, having fun, riding on a scooter, a couple classic songs playing in the background. Relatively odd to have a movie this, mediocre and have some good songs on the soundtrack. It opens up with a cool song with them riding through the Italian, the mountains there along the coast. But yeah, just nothing really going on here in terms of building suspense or doing anything relatively scary. You can't just show a cool demon and expect the audience to be scared. You have to build up to it and make us afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of here. It's this little skinny runt who has red glowing bloody eyes trying to portray being possessed by this demon. The kid did a fine job and everything, just no suspense build. And I never felt scared at all in a movie, with The Exorcist in the title. You better, bring it, because we've got how many Exorcist movies to go by, obviously the classic. So it's going to have to live up to that. And this comes nowhere near that.
Yeah, speaking of which, we have another Exorcist movie coming out at the end of the year, David Gordon Green, and nothing original here. And I already forgot about, most of the movie at this point. I watched it yesterday. Not a memorable movie. One good part about it, and the supporting cast, Daniel Zavato played Father Escobar, he was kind of his right hand man in the movie. He was okay. He was believable. So, but it's pretty much the only redeeming quality here for the most part. Something I couldn't get into and just never really felt attached to. So, with that being said, I'm going to give Russell Crowe's new movie, The Pope's Exorcist, a 1 out of 5 Father Gabriel hair pieces.
Whoa, 1 out of 5. Oof. I'll be a little nicer, but yeah, this one was a stinker and the worst horror film of the year so far, and not good because April's going to have a couple of good ones coming out here in the next couple of weeks with Beau is Afraid from Ari Aster, and of course Evil Dead Rise. You know, we both know that those are going to be the superior films already, and we haven't seen them. Just going by what we saw in the trailers, I was more scared from the trailers than this movie was as a whole. And yes, it was a stinker, and I am going to give The Pope's Exorcist a 2.5 out of 5 Italian Pope hair pieces.
So I want to hear from all you wild ghouls out there. What did you like about The Pope's Exorcist? What didn't you like about it? What's your favorite exorcism movie? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to click subscribe. Also check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV movie news and reviews.
All right, Logan, let's regroup. We've cleansed our palate for horror now. We're ready to go into next week with the couple bangers that are coming out. We're going to watch those and be thoroughly scared. It'll probably, last all the way until, September, October, when we start the 31 days of horror. We're going to be scared until then, I have a feeling. But this one was more comedic than scary.
Unintentionally.
So with that being said, we will see you guys very soon for a couple more horror reviews. So until the next time, I'm Uncle Henry Hill.
And I'm Uncle Logan Crowe, signing out until the next movie review.
Cheers!